Hello internet, hello you. My name is Susan and I want to start this channel where I cook, and I want to tell you a bit about me and myself, how I got the idea and what my future ideas for the channels are. So let's start it. Okay, let's start. The idea is that I don't plan. So we'll just see what I have in the fridge, which isn't much, but I have some seitan, I have some carrots, and the rest is mine. So about myself, I am from Germany, but I am currently living in Spain. I'm not a cook or anything into that direction. I just like food and I like cooking, and this is also kind of how the idea started. My last flatmate really enjoyed watching me cook, and here we are now because I moved. So I used to live in Germany and I moved to Spain to do my master's here, and yeah, I guess we'll start exploring some things because I don't really like recipes, and the whole idea is that I don't plan what I cook and get a bit creative. Also, this time I've never eaten this. I have no idea what exactly that is. It's called yuca, and I asked my friends. They said you can just use it like a potato. So I guess we're gonna boil it, fry the seitan, and add some carrots. Do you peel it or not? I don't know. Okay, I'll just...
Hello, Susan from the off here.
That's dirtier than I thought, okay.
I want to use the video as a background and talk from the off. I'll let my cooking self interrupt my off self, or rather the other way around, because I just can't concentrate on both cooking and talking coherently.
We need earth is product, not the earth itself.
As I said, I'm not a cook, so don't come here for recipes. You're welcome to go here to find some inspiration or to just watch me cook and yap. Sorry, I'm really good at yapping, if I might say so. Since this is my first video, you're welcome to leave some constructive criticism, suggestions, tips, or wishes for what I could do or change down below in the comment section.
Okay, I'm a bit skeptical about the color. I don't know if you can see this.
I guess I'll experience with the length, how often I use the time-lapse function, and whether or not I include only the important steps.
Also, it looks more like an oversized white carrot than a potato. But okay.
Or whether I'm filming everything about the process. We'll see. I'd be happy if you join me.
Is that normal?
The main goal of my videos is to spread joy, because cooking can be fun, and a home-cooked meal is not only healthier and cheaper but also tastes better most of the time.
Though, gotta be honest, it kind of looks nice. Looks like you could start a fire with it. It doesn't feel like it, it's way too wet.
However, I understand that it's much more work, and that's why I invite you to come join me, because cooking together makes it so much more enjoyable.
Okay. Well, the carrots are way easier to peel.
Most of the time I stay away from recipes and cook something with the ingredients I have in the fridge and mix them together just how I feel like that day. This way I get around the planning before shopping part, have no weird leftovers I don't know what to do with, and get a meal I in this instant like, and not what I thought I would like yesterday or something. Please keep in mind that I'm not a professional cook and that is not my goal. I just want to have a nice meal on a day-to-day basis and not worry about any fancy stuff. So, as long as you don't expect any high-end recipes, you're very welcome here.
Big knife.
I already mentioned that my last flatmate
And an onion.
loved to watch me cook and chat.
Because I have no idea how long this is gonna take, I want to prepare and cut everything up beforehand and then start.
And that's how I came up with the idea for this channel. That is only the first part though. The second part involves some of my other friends.
Okay, I'm gonna cut the onion into just rings, not because I'm too lazy, but because I don't want to have them go bad while they kind of take some more time.
Whenever I had friends over and they tried some of my leftovers, they'd compliment me.
Come on.
Now, that could just be the free food effect, as I'd like to call it, and thank you, I always like to receive compliments. Yet, when they asked about the recipe, I had to give the most grandma-like answer ever. There simply is none.
Okay.
There never was, and I just mixed the ingredients I have with
I don't know, this doesn't look too good.
with whatever spices feel right,
I don't know if I want to eat this.
and vary the amount of steps and how creative I get by how much
Kind of interesting.
time and energy I have. I'd claim that my approach leans into intuitive eating, where I try to listen to my body and distinguish between physical hunger, which
Anyway, let's clear up the mess.
which is when my body asks for nutrients, and emotional hunger, which comes
Okay. And pan for the rest.
from emotional needs such as loneliness, boredom, or for me, most importantly, stress.
That should be heated up.
I still get these cravings and give in to them, but I try not to let myself beat me up for eating some sweets or feel guilty and bad. In general, I want to get rid of.
Okay, I'm just treating it as if it's a potato.
In general, I want to get rid of any connection between food and bad feelings. Luckily, I learned to read my body signals to know when I'm gonna be hungry so that I have about half an hour before I get really hungry. Maybe one of my biggest achievements in my early 20s. I, thank God, my genes, and thank you so much to my parents, have basically no experience with dieting. That doesn't mean I am immune to society's beauty standards and expectations, though.
Okay, so seitan. Another ingredient I have little to no experience with, but that's not what I mean. I don't want to eat the same every day. Okay, I think I want some variation. So 3 big plates that are gonna be heated up. I've seen this online, and who knows? Maybe it does wonders. Maybe it won't. Probably it won't. Okay, and the rest I want to have a surface as big as possible.
Just as every Gen Zealer I know, really, I've also spent way too many thoughts on food,
Some juices.
dieting, and ways to lose weight, and all for what? just to look a certain way.
We might as well wash our hands beforehand.
And at least for me, I decided that it's so much more important
Kind of hard enough.
for me to feel good than to look a certain way.
And the water's starting to boil.
A way that I personally don't even find that attractive.
Okay, one fact that everything that grows underneath the surface can go into cold water. Everything that's above surface should go into hot water. This, I guess, grows underneath the surface. Maybe I should Google it. Maybe it's too late. Okay, I want to see something.
I know it's cliche to say this, but to me, feeling strong is so much more important than a number or a flat stomach. So, ever since I heard about intuitive eating, I try to follow my intuition. And if that intuition tells me to eat chocolate, you best believe I eat chocolate.
Not bad. It's refreshing.
Most days I am stocked on everything I could get a craving for. That actually started some years ago when I had my very first very strong craving for gummy bears on a Sunday. And if you've ever been to Germany, you'll know that all supermarkets are closed on a Sunday. At that time, I had lived 22 years or so without a real craving, so when I had to live through the rest of the day without my gummy bears, because neither me nor my flatmate or my best friend that I asked for gummy bears had any, I started stocking up.
Okay, that's too much water. Gonna give it some salt.
I made it a rule that every time one of my snacks was empty, I hurried to buy a new one. Before that incident, I never had the urge to eat one specific thing and only wanted to eat something sweet in general after a meal. That characteristic might just be a learned behavior, but that's a discussion for another day. What I observed in that context is that, yes, I need something sweet to close my stomach, and most days I'll eat something sweet even though I'm already full. However, it also works the other way around. When I feel myself snacking more and more without getting the satisfaction I look for, I take that as my body's last signal to get up and eat something that is more than sugar, fat, and chemicals. Not saying that chips, chocolates, and stuff are inherently bad. As always, it's the amount that distinguishes between good and bad for you. Another point I recognized is that I now have a lot of open snacks in my room without overeating on them. Sure, I still have emotional hunger in, for example, stressful situations like exam season, but on normal days, I just don't feel like eating them, so I don't. My theory is that by allowing myself to eat whatever I want, whenever I want, I took up the scarceness of junk food, so now snacks are no longer something special that I have to earn, and that in turn allows me to ignore them when I don't want them, which honestly is most of the time. Yes, it was hard, but I managed to get rid of the thoughts that tell me, that is bad, you should eat this, and replace them with indifference.
Okay, good color. Like red.
Now, instead, I asked myself if I wanted or not. It took me some time, even though I've never strayed far from the socially ideal of a body and even reached my personal ideal body.
Okay, while I'm already in the kitchen, I'll prepare some themes for tomorrow.
I always reached my ideal for short periods of some weeks, but I never gained a lot of weight that I was unhappy with.
Yeah, planting some here, some lentils.
just saying this because I guess for someone in another situation it might be even harder to follow intuitive eating, especially someone affected by fat phobia. And I know, rich people get Ozempic, poor people get body positivity, but you'll also get a lot more energy when you stop worrying about food. At least I have
And some olive oil for the taste.
to discipline myself on enough topics throughout the day that are so much more important than deciding on whether or not I eat this chocolate bar or not. Also, once food loses its restrictive character, it can unfold its comforting side. Since moving to Spain, I realized how important certain foods can be, and I'm still in Europe. My last flatmate left her continent and therefore lost access to a lot of her childhood food, which is especially sad because she would treat herself to her favorite snacks during a stressful situation. And how often do people answer, "Oh, my mom's," or "Oh, my grandma's," blah blah blah, when asked what their favorite food is? Okay, all this just to say that I personally believe that food is so much more than just a source of nutrition our body needs. Food is political, and with everyone saying that skinny is coming back more than ever, it is a feminist topic as well. With that in mind, I think we need more open and positive conversations about food where we approach the topic. For what I can tell, we've all heard about the food pyramid, that it needs an update, yada yada yada. I don't want to start there. We all technically know what's good for us and what's not.
Which is super soft. How does it taste?
It's just not that simple. Just because I know something doesn't mean I'll automatically live by it. And some fast food every now and then
Not bad.
can't be that bad. The thing about food and cooking, I guess, is that we have to do it over and over and over again.
I'm happy.
Cooking, cleaning, and laundry are just never ending tasks, and especially cooking often involves so much more.
Okay, go. Yes.
You first have to think about what you want to cook, then buy the ingredients, and who knows, maybe in this step you'll have
Wait,
to
what they look like now?
change your routine and plan when and where you'll go to the store. Maybe money's a point and you have to calculate what you can afford and how much of it. Then cooking takes up time while eating it is so much faster, and then there's the cleaning up part.
It's got the consistency. More of a sweet potato.
What I'm trying to say is,
Yeah, I think it's closest to sweet potato from what I know.
I understand why a lot of people dislike cooking, especially the non-fancy everyday cooking.
Okay, here I want it to be go a bit sweet and sour. First off, garlic. Where I want to get it. Save these.
And that's where I want to step in.
Some honey.
With my videos,
And apple
I want to normalize non-fancy cooking that doesn't have to be aesthetic or grand, and maybe motivate some people to tag along or give some inspiration and make cooking a little more fun. I never thought I'd be an example, but I guess that's what I'm doing here. I want to show you how nice it can be to cook, and if only one person decides to do so as well, I'm happy. Depending on where you are, your habits, or your possibilities, you probably even can't cook every day, and that is fine. There's already so much in life where we aspire perfection.
And we got Tabasco.
That your food doesn't need to be perfect, and rather one meal with unprocessed food than none.
I'm not supposed to put it down here. But see? Why? piece for me.
And hey, maybe it'll become a habit that you'll stick with, or maybe you're already cooking most of the days. Even better, whatever your current situation, I think it's so important to cherish the small victories.
Okay, now I finish with like some more garlic. Oh.
You may celebrate small steps.
I've read that if you use minced garlic, it doesn't smell that bad.
Small steps along the way as well, and not just at the end. No one starts by running a marathon, and I'd rather run 4 kilometers than not at all. The marathon might still be the end goal if you want that, but on your way there, you should be proud about all the smaller runs as well. I once read that everything doing 100% is worth doing 20%, 10%, anything higher than zero, really. The author gave the example of one.
Okay, I need some liquid stuff. And what it's gonna be.
Going outside, maybe you lack the energy to go for a walk, and that instead of being miserable, you should go onto the balcony or open a window and enjoy the light that you get instead of wallowing over the amount you couldn't get. Example 2 was sports. So what if you didn't run? At least you moved your body.
My grandma told me always to try the broth. Having that from this spoon because that was way too sweet. Okay, second try. No onion, not you. Okay, maybe it is sweet. It's a bit more sour. 1, 2 more.
I want to add the factor of joy onto that. I don't believe in pure discipline. True change
Get that out of the danger zone.
True change comes from a routine, and if you hate your routine, well then, surprise, you're not gonna stick to it. If you want to do sports and hate the gym, you're unlikely to force yourself there and actually feel better.
Yeah. Just some more waiting. Works good. In the meantime, we're gonna clean up. The water hot.
It is so much more resourceful to find something you like, because once you did, it'll be easy.
As far as I know, it's important to clean sharp knives directly after cooking, because then the food has no time to dry up, and then it's easier to clean it and the knife will stay sharper for longer.
If you've already made it this far into the video, thank you so very much. I really do appreciate it. Since this is my first video ever, I kindly ask you to overlook some editing mistakes I might have made or any grammatical mistakes, since English is maybe my second language, but definitely not my first. I'm saying maybe because it depends on how you count.
Okay, and these don't want them to dry up or cool down, so just gonna place them on top. And I'll wait.
Also, I wanted to add that in future videos I'll likely repeat one of my go-to recipes, and just thought that for the first video it would be fitting for me to use some ingredients I didn't know before. A bit like a metaphor for me moving to Spain and for me starting to make videos. I hope you'll stick around for more, because this is supposed to be the beginning of a much longer journey.
Yeah. Am I good at this waiting part? Definitely not.
Also, this is probably the right time to apologize to my future self, who I hope will continue to make videos, because I'm afraid this will be very cringy once I have more experience. However, I gotta start somewhere.
It's better than I imagined. Okay, I love it. I love it. Nice.
And this is my best for now.
That means time to eat.
So if I cringe at this sometime in the future, this is a reminder that I got better and I should be happy.
Okay, how much do we eat your beef? I don't know. Okay, take one of the steaks.
I should be happy about
Some veggies for the side.
about the discrepancy in style and quality rather than putting myself down.
Well, this is what it turned out. Perfect. I love it. I thought it would be a disaster, but I like it. So this is how it turned out. Bon app.